let's try the Vietnamese spring roll kits from Nem Viet. Now you'll find these in the supermarket on the Asian aisle. Typically most supermarkets will have them, but obviously you'll have to check your local supermarket. These are great, I guess, if they work. They're great for like a quick pick-me up if you fancy Vietnamese food. It says 15 minutes on the packet and it serves 4, so we'll be making it. It makes 8, so I don't know how it serves 4 if it makes 8, because that's only 8 Vietnamese summer roll or spring rolls. To be accurate, these are actually summer rolls, so the marketing's a little bit misleading, but we'll like ignore it for now. It is super interesting for me because a lot of these things are like super easy to get in its own like bundle. Perhaps this could be a really good cheat meal for anyone who enjoys this sort of thing. Now, it doesn't come with fresh ingredients, so I did buy some coriander. I did buy some seafood to go with it. It says like either lettuce, some form of vegetables, whatever you like. I've got some like pickled cucumbers that I would add in there, just because it's meant to be quick. Let's open it up. Okay, interesting. Okay, so first and foremost, it comes with some vermicelli, which makes sense. You're meant to add vermicelli. It comes with dipping sauce. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. We make our own. Links down below if you want to see our one. Is the Boat People dipping sauce. This is also a dipping sauce. Let's open it up. Obviously, be careful not to spill it because it actually is quite like fragrant, personally. Okay. Ooh, not as like citrusy as you'd like, but it would do. Like if it was just like a quick meal, it makes sense. It would do. So sauce, noodles, the wrapping paper, which this is what makes a summer roll. Now this did cost a little bit more. This did cost quite a bit. That makes sense. Like this cost like at least £2-3. I bought it on sale, so it cost a little bit more than like what you expect, but a packet of this is really cheap and a packet of this is really cheap. This can be like roughly 30p and this can be up to £1 or so. And then this is easily made at home, or you can grab a bottle from our store. So you can grab our bottle instead, because like that's the like contrast. Like it's quite small in contrast, and this is like something that would last you for a long time. Like you don't need that much, hence the reason why they didn't give you that much. But just to give you an idea, like everything in our bottles are ready to go. I would have to add a little bit of citrus into this because there's no like citrus or anything like that. But I am not complaining. This makes my life so easy. Other than grabbing extra ingredients, let's crack on with making it. Okay, future Caitlin here editing the video. Now I might as well draw your attention to this already if you have not noticed. On my top I've got an Excel label and I can't stop looking at it while editing this video and it's really bugging me. But anyway, let's jump into making the summer rolls. It's self-explanatory to some extent. Obviously you get some instructions on the actual kit, but what I want to draw your attention to is that traditionally you can literally fill these with anything. You can get super creative. However, the important ingredients are not what kind of protein you put in there, because it really doesn't matter. You can do pork, you can do prawns, you can do crab sticks, you can do corn meat, you can do tofu, anything like that. The most important part, especially for Vietnamese cuisine, is always the leafy greens. They make the dish, and also the condiment, which is something that I mentioned earlier on. Now here I added only coriander and cucumber because it's all I can fit in this. Actually, I didn't add any cucumber. I totally forgot. I only added coriander because it's such a tiny disc. But traditionally, you can add perilla leaf, you can add mint, you can add spring onions, so many good stuff you can add in here. Now, the whole construct of a spring roll is to ensure that the prawns are like visible from the outside. So it's the last thing that you kind of wrap and close at the end. Hence the reason why you'll see me actually flip the plate here. and like rolling it. I think this kit was so tedious because everything was so tiny and so like delicate and sticky, but we made it to the end, and I really love these. These are really sweet. I think it's such a good like idea, but I think the execution wasn't great. I really loved the fresh ingredients that you can add to this. The one thing I will say is, please make sure the water is slightly like warm. That is when the wraps are perfectly sticky and malleable to actually roll. They're not the prettiest looking thing, but I really love doing this kit. It reminds me of actually doing them in the summer. So it's been quite eventful, I'm not gonna lie. So this is what it looks like. Not the best rolling, but it was quite challenging. It's one of those things where like, even if you were good at rolling, the ingredients were not poor quality, I don't want to say that, but it was just super thin. And I think on the scale that you're working on makes it incredibly difficult to obviously manage portion and things like that. But anyway, so something that I want to like basically iron out is that this is a really cool kit if you're introducing yourself to the cuisine. I think it's not a kit for a family because it says it serves 4, and I'm telling you, this is not much of a portion for 4, maybe for 2 people for starters or an appetizer. It's eventful. I try to add like the certain things that would have been in a normal summer roll, but hey ho, it's not the same. Anyway, shaking up the sauce here. This is part of the sauce is part of the pack, the kit. It smells like it, but it really it comes down to the taste. So here's the pour. Okay. Oh, it's quite dark. I like it. Dark is good. Dark means it's used proper fish sauce. And let's dig in. I mean, I'm sorry. It looks a certain way, but I don't want to give it a bad rating too much. It is very sticky, so be mindful. If you're doing this with kids, it's going to get very messy. So here you are. Dip. Dipperoo. Prawns is something I added into it. You can add anything else. The sauce is not doing a great deal. It's a little bit spicy, but it's not like bright. It's got no citrus in it, so it's a little bit salty. But as a kit, I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't think it's good value, and I think it's worth trying once for fun if you wanted to do it with your group of friends or anything like that. Okay, so I'm rating this at 5 out of 10. I don't want to be rude to it. I think it's a great idea, something that you can do with your family or your children, or you're trying to introduce Vietnamese cuisine into your like daily like food. Like it's a great idea. I just think it's not for me, and it's just one of those things where like it's fun, but it's so fiddly, and there's not enough ingredients for like so many adults. What I will say is, in this, there's a lot of creativity that goes into this. So add your own ingredients, add your own vegetables. I've added coriander because I felt like the cucumber and the carrots would have been an overload because of how small the rice paper is. But all in all, great fun. I really loved it. It's very sticky though, so be mindful of that. Might need a pair of chopsticks next time. Definitely worth trying once, but it's not something that I would rave about. Great idea, just not a great execution. And I definitely think the sauce is missing something. For the value, 3 products for the price of what I paid, it was not valuable. It was not value whatsoever. I could have bought it like separately and it'll be much more worthwhile, and you can add lots of things and you can become really creative about it. So I'm going to love you, leave you. I'm going to finish this for lunch. I'm going to leave some ingredients down below so that you guys can try or add on to it as well. Finally, I hope you guys had a really great start to your new year, and obviously look forward to more videos because we're definitely coming out with loads of videos. Thanks for watching. Mwah.